East Division going at each other. And let's see how they're going to start off. Seattle Sloths are going to be spawning on the P2 side of the map, but however, they will be late to P1. Early time going to go the way of Burgers. Kills fly back and forth. Early 2-piece from Export. And that's going to send us straight away as Seattle Sloths, they managed to find 3 off rip.
Yeah, that big 2-piece out of Export was definitely the opening bloods they needed to cement this first few seconds of time. I mean, 34 left to go. You see the Boston Burgers, they're waiting. They're playing it slow. They're not trying to get caught off guard, but Export, he's still frying. 4 kills already into the game. And Boston Burgers, you see player 4, he's trying to sneak out, but as he cuts back to mid, they're just trying to play for the rest of the scrap time. But with that in mind, Seattle Sloths, they're already rotated to that new area. But you see player 3 and player 1, they're trying to make a break for it.
Yeah, and something that I think we've noticed throughout, early weeks of the CRL, and then obviously we had the first week of the CDL last week, is it is very easy for teams to win this map while getting outslayed. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Kills are not the winning factor here on Karachi. It is going to be all of that hill time, and it's coming from big money hills like this as Seattle already going to find 2 to trade off the kills. They have those back spawns. They're finding 3. Look at number 7, AT. He's making the money play. He's trying to push out towards keys, find a couple more kills, and rotate out to P3.
And you see how far those kills push out those Boston Burgers players. Player 1 and player 3 spawn all the way at P3. I mean, that was quite the kills, but not much is going to come about it. The rest of the kills come through for the Seattle Sloths. You see AT, he's making that push to new. You see player 1 spawns out. This is going to be a fight for new. We got kind of a 3-on-2 situation here.
Yeah, here comes the early push from Seattle. They're going to be able to find 1, make it 2. Ray Gun, last man standing. They found the 3rd. They're going to know that they're looking for 1 player in the back here. It's just a matter of clearing out the angles. As Seattle Sloths, they are swarming this hill. Ray Gun looking to get on the board with his first kill, making a huge difference here. He's waiting for the hill to pop. If he comes to spring, he's going to be able to jump in, find the first kill. Just cause some disruption, hopefully give his team some time to break in. But AT, you saw him push out the front of P3 earlier, and he managed to get the flip, finds the kills, and, well, now it's Burgers on the flip. But they managed to break back inside these spawns, getting crazy.
And I mean, that really all comes down to Ray Gun. They're playing life so well in that back of that area, but all for naught as 3 kills come in for the Seattle Sloths just like that. I mean, the Seattle Sloths, they're coming here with the firepower tonight. You see AT 7-2, Export 8-2. Enough and Zeus also positive to slaying, like we were talking about earlier, most definitely in the favor of Seattle. But Boston Burgers, I mean, if you can just get a couple of these rotations to go your way, you might be able to make something happen. The shutdown is so hard to make, though, with the way the Seattle Sloths are shooting right now.
Yeah, I think right now Seattle Sloths, they've kind of been benefiting from that positive feedback loop we like to talk about. Getting more kills allows you to have better positioning. Better positioning allows you to get more kills, and it just continues to wrap around and around. But Burgers, they actually start us off here on this Churchill with a 4 down, and T-Bits is playing this cut beautifully. Knows that they're going to be spawning over towards the street side. Manages to find 1, Plasma finding 2, Raygun cleaning up the 4th, and those spawns are going to be over towards that back corner. And I think that Boston have done a great job on this hill. They've essentially spawn trapped the Sloths.
They've done a great job of it. They pick up Zeus, and now you see the Seattle Sloths are going another direction. Enough in Export. Going to be trying to make it in, but Arctic with a big 2-piece. The Seattle Sloths still spawning out. This is a big turnaround for the Boston Burgers. Plasma 9-4 so far. He's keeping the slang up for the squad. T-Ben's looking to find another one. He won't find it. The scrap time, 15 left to go, but you see all eyes are toward that next hill, that bottom red hill. Seattle Sloths are going to have the rotation, but you see Boston, they're trying to make moves for that other side of the map.
Yeah, the kills just continue to go the way of Seattle, though, as we do end up with this rotation. It's going to be firmly in their control, and I mean, look at those spawns. Boston, they just spawned so far away. It's going to be early gunfights win for enough, though, and look at number 7, AT. He is roaming towards the middle of the map, and this is a very strong early hold from Seattle.
It absolutely is a big gain to their lead right now. 41 seconds left to go. You see Raygon sneaks on in. He is able to pick up 1, but the rest of the Seattle Sloths are going to collapse very quickly. No other Boston Burgers around, and now finds him. And, I mean, the teamwork's not 100% there for the Seattle Sloths. So you see that Raygun was in the best spot to make a play, but these kills, they're making do of what they can. 23 seconds left on the clock for this hill. Seattle Sloths, though, they've almost doubled the points of the Boston Burgers. You see them moving toward the other side of the map. This last 15 obviously going to go the way of the Burgers, but Seattle Sloths, they have that map control they want for the time being.
Yeah, like we talked about, Boston have done a great job of turning this one around. It was looking a little bit like dire straits early on, that Seattle were just outslaying, but they've turned it around. This is within a fourth 40-point game here as we go back into the second rotation. And right now, early map control was going the way of Boston. They were spread out a bit more, but it looks like, again, this is deja vu history repeating. Seattle Sloths getting the early kills. They are
Oh.
managing to hold on to the hill. A great kill by AT. And I think he's going to be able to find the second one here onto Plasma with the help of Zeus. And Seattle, they have done a great job on both P1s this game.
AT just doing a great job, like you said, of playing in that P1 so well, making sure he doesn't overextend even in the slightest, making sure his life is very valuable there in that P1 hill. He does get cut down, but the rest of the Seattle Sloths, they have rotated over to P2. You see Zeus picks off Arctic from that head glitch. Boston Burger's going to be coming from their side of the map. You see player 3, Raygun, he's trying to make a play, trying to hit a route one last time. Let's see if it pays off for him. It seems like he split the defense here, Zenny. What can he do with that?
Yeah, he found the crack in the armor, as it were. No one is aware that he's back here. Zeus is not watching it. He's not aware. AT does manage to find 2, so the reinforcements are not close. Export's going to be able to clean him up. The Seattle Sloths going to get their clean back spawns towards the back alley. They know that all of the players are going to be towards red. However, Arctic doing his best to find the early push, does manage to find one, and that's actually going to cause Zeus to spawn out. And I think this is the biggest flaw that we've seen with Seattle, or with Boston's gameplay so far, is when they execute their pushes, they are very slow to get active after a couple of kills. Once they get flown into the fray, they manage to do quite well for themselves, but I feel like they're just a little bit tentative with actually getting in there and doing the dirty work.
Yeah, I mean, they take a little longer than they should. They make the break happen, but with 30 seconds left to go, Seattle Sloths just use that as an opportunity to make that rotation come in toward that P3. Again, Seattle Sloths yet again have another rotation to P3, a big money hill for the time being, especially from what we saw last time around. 125 and counting to that 182, but this hill right here could kind of be the dagger time that they were looking for. AT 19 and 10. He's cooking with that rival 9. We were talking about it before, and it seems like the SMG is really being the X factor here in this game.
Yeah, it's all about that SMG presence, and he is playing these cuts beautifully. Here we go, Plasma managing to find 2, does not manage to get any more enough with the trade. Here come the reinforcements from Seattle, are a little bit out of position, but it doesn't matter. They've got the ability. They're finding the kills, make it 3 there, as the last player going to be Plasma, does manage to find 1, finds a second, challenging onto the hill, goes for the third, is going to get shut down, and we're seeing a bit of a parallel spawn here. Boston going to be spawning towards the bottom side of your main map, while Seattle spawning towards the top. Unfortunately for Seattle, they cannot win it here, but they get very, very close. Boston having a tough choice. Do they give up the rest of this time and hit the row, or are they going to fight for it? And it looks like the majority of Boston are decided they are going to hit this rotation. Seattle going to be within 20 here as we head over to the Churchill, which, keep in mind, Boston did manage to have a very, very successful hold on last time.
But, I mean, Seattle Sloths, they have them exactly where they want them. 237 to 129, just need 13 more points to close this one out. But Boston Burgers, they strike first. They get the first blood here on the P4. More kills for them. You know exactly where they're coming from. Ray Gun and Arctic. He's going to be trying to hold them off from that bottom side. But you see Seattle, they're coming from all sides. Big kill out of AT right there. That could be the nail that breaks the camel's back. Looking for 2. Can he find him? Raygun needs to hold these players off to play the game as long as he can. And Arctic looking for another kill. Can't find it. This might be it for the Boston Burgers. Seattle Sloths are in, but I mean the kills, they're so back and forth. They can't find the time.
Yeah, I mean, talk about Plasma. This guy is doing a lot of work for the Boston Burgers. He is 28 to 15, 30 seconds on the clock. This guy has been spinning and dealing on this hill. I think he got like 5 kills there in just the span of about 3 seconds. Absolutely fantastic stuff that keeps his team alive. Raygun over towards New. And while it seems like a large deficit to get over, I always hesitate, especially in this game, to say that anything is over. Especially with these maps being as rotation heavy as they are. It's super easy to chain these hills together. But again, Seattle only needs 5 and counting. AT gonna have to hop off the hill. He is a one-shot, looking to continue his spree. He manages to do it. Gonna be able to find those last kills. Burgers are spawning out, and that is going to be the game. 250 to 155, a dominant showing out of the Sloths and map.
Seattle Sloths, they started out hot and they kept it that way. Boston Burgers, they kind of pick up some steam near the latter half of that first rotation and somewhere near the second rotation as well. But I
A
mean,
bomb site going to be up towards top mid. B bomb site inside the defender's spawn and laundromat. And look at this. Burgers rushing this P3 zone. They're trying to catch their timing, but number one, AT, he is ready for it. Manages to find the first. Drops down behind. Remember, no snaking. You only get 2 hop-ups before you are considered donezo, but it looks like AT doesn't need it. Pops right back up, catches T-Benz on the, wrong foot there. Finds 2 in the round. Plasma, though, finding the kill and putting bomb down.
Plasma, per usual, making those big kills happen. 3 versus 2 now. Definitely a doable round, but you see Raygun kind of on the other side of that hallway. Just trying to cut down this middle lane. Not sure if Plasma knows the bomb is down, but that is the case currently. Not sure if AT gets spotted, but you see player 8. He's trying to lock down that back alley area.
Yeah, he's wrapping towards Ticket. This could be a very unfortunate timing for either Raygun or Export. Looks like the other 2 players on Seattle. AT trying to hunt down these players. He does manage to find Raygun looking for the ace. Enough takes it with the Renetti. And Seattle Sloths managed to pull that one together off the back of AT. I mean, he finds 3 in that round, finds a good first 2 picks. And they look good so far here in the S&D.
Yeah, AT picking up where he left off in that HP 3-0 so far. And, I mean, that's kind of firepower you want to see on Skid Row Search and Destroy. They pick up that round 1 offense, and that's a big one to get. You want to start out on the right foot, but hey, that happens every once in a while, especially after you win that map on Hardpoint. You're riding on the high, and you keep it going here. Surprisingly enough, Boston Burgers, we're talking about how slow they are. They make a fast play to hit back alley and, kind of shuts down what we were talking about before, but all good. Now, let's see what they can do on the offensive end. You see the double tunnel, not sure enough is going to be prepared for this one.
Yeah, and Plasma, he manages to find enough, just peeking out a little too aggressively for my taste, especially on the defensive side of things. You can afford to just stay and hold your angles a lot, and I think that's going to be Boston's biggest advantage here in the S&D if Seattle does not learn how to, get back in that swing of, we don't need to overchow, we can just stay back in this S&D, but AT, I mean, he's looking to continue to nade and manages to delay him for just long enough. Zeus sliding in, trying to find T-Benz. Arctic, though, not aware of his presence. He's right around the corner. Swings out. He's going to get dropped, and he does indeed. However, Export does try to help even it up 3-2 now on the retake.
Last 2 players, AT and Export. AT still on that 3-kill streak from the round 1, of course. What can he do to maybe lead himself toward that cruise missile? He doesn't find it. 1v3 now for Export. He is able to find one. Looking for the second. Does he find it? Oh, he finds the second. 1v1 now. Oh, no. Holy moly, Zenny.
Yeah, he almost got 3 there. Unfortunately, would not have been enough time to defuse the bomb, but that doesn't take it away at all from what he was trying to do. You get those 3 kills. You get this 3rd kill here on Plasma. Definitely gets the kill if he's not one-shot. You get those 3 kills, and you're looking towards a streak there. You're looking to do great things in the future, but just was not in the cards due to the positioning of the Boston Burgers. And I got to be honest, they take a nice round there in round number 2.
I'm going to keep it $150, Zenny. I was not looking at the bomb timer. I mean, I thought he was going to slam that guy, go and get the defuse, but it's all good. I mean, it would have been cool nonetheless.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
1-1 now. That would have been unbelievable. But, I mean, hey, let's forget about it. Boston Burger stacked up back alley again. You see they're really wanting to hold off this back alley side of the map. But Seattle Sloths, I mean, they're at a standstill. You see players 3, 2, and 4, and they have not moved a muscle since the start of the round.
Yeah, I think Boston did a pretty good job of punishing them in the last round, made them learn their lesson of, hey, we can't just be pushed with reckless abandon. You're going to have to earn your kills, but Arctic still trying to remind these guys, and Raygun as well, they are not heeding the warnings that Boston are putting out, and it's just solo push after solo push from Seattle, and I think that Boston are looking good in this map number 2 so far.
They're looking pretty solid 2v3 situation now. Was a 4v2 for a second, but the trade's looking to come through. Player 3 has snuck through the back alley area, and he's going to find somebody right here. Can he get the kill? No, he does not. Arctic picks it up. Now Export in a 1v3. 30 seconds left to go. That bomb is down, but Boston Burgers don't seem to know that it is back here. Export, a little worried for a second, but he could get a free plant at this B bomb site if he moves quickly. Boston Burgers not ready for it.
Yeah, and one of the things that you need to know if you haven't been watching since MW2, you haven't been playing since MW2, is S&D plays completely differently. We have covert sneakers back, we have dead silence. It's
Mm,
super hard to hear these people, and so you can afford to make a lot more plays. Unfortunately, though, for export, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. He's got people
mm.
swarming him on all sides. The 3v1 is hard to win no matter the situation, and Plasma is going to get himself a well-earned defuse.
Good job to them. They go up 2-1 in the search and destroy. Battling off 2 straight is definitely the momentum they needed to see. You want to see the Boston Burgers get on the right foot here in the search and destroy. Going up 2-1, definitely a solid start. And, now you get a chance on offense to kind of, put yourself rightfully in the lead right here. Going up 3-1, you're feeling good about that. But hey, Seattle Sloths still trying to make it 2-2. This team is still very capable of making it happen. Let's see what the play call is here. Last time around, they got a little bit overzealous there on that tunnel side of the map, but seems like back alley to play this time around.
Yep, looks like 2 players going to go towards the tunnel side. Export, though, picks up the early kill. Raygun kind of rushing the bomb up top with no help there. I mean, I guess he was trying to hope that Plasma could see all the way from back top blue crates. Unfortunately, though, the line of sight just not available to him, and now his teammates, the rest of Boston, with only 3 players, going to have to rotate over towards this Plas side. And you can see Seattle's positioning is quite strong. Zeus playing for his one, looking to only get 1 kill before he gets out with his life. He does manage to do so. Export finds the bait and trade. Plasma finds 1, gets swarmed by the rest. And a clean round from the Seattle Sloths playing their man advantage.
Back and forth, the pendulum swings 2-2. Seattle Sloths still in the early stages of the search and destroy. AT still popping off 4-2 for the kid. He's playing fantastic in the series so far, keeping that 2.0 KD, and he's running away with it. Trust Zenny. But now back on the defensive end is going to be the Burgers. I mean, defense is kind of the way to go here in search and destroy. You want to close out those defenses. It's really about who can win those offenses, who can sneak those rounds away. Let's see what Seattle Sloths can do here. If you're Boston Burgers, this is kind of one of those rounds you need to win. I mean, it's still early stages, like I was saying, but don't overextend yourself, and it seems like that's what they're doing here.
Yeah, and it looks like Boston, they want to get aggressive through tunnel, but enough is just waiting for the push. Takes down Arctic. That's going to put them back in the man advantage. Seattle Sloths playing slower than they have been, looking to work off of that pick. However, Boston, they do have good map control, just lacking a little bit on this P3 side. The B bomb site is open if they decide to wrap through there, but Zeus looks like he has other plans, and, being the guy with the bomb, he's going to have to be the one to lead this push.
Most definitely is 4v3 situation. Boston Burgers can't throw any lives away here. You see the Seattle Sloths using their man advantage to their advantage. It's what we were talking about before. They're quad hitting the back alleys. I mean, this is going to get mixy real quick. Not sure Plasma's prepared for it.
No, he just got a horrendous set of timings, but there he goes. He
Oh.
picks up the second.
Oh.
Double headshot. Feet turns and burns on the third one, leaving Export in the 1v2. What a play from Plasma.
I mean, Plasma, the man, the myth, the legend, pops off 3. I said it, I don't think he can handle it, but I mean, gosh, he handled it, and he handled it well. 3-piece for Plasma. T-Benz picks up the straggler. Boston Burgers stay alive, and you got to think, I mean, plays like that, those are always a spark plug for the squad.
Word to Clayster, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments, but just before that round started, I was, about to talk about how I think both of these teams should, use more 4-person hits. And then we see Seattle do it. They just get slammed by Plasma. Great shots out of that guy. And now this is what I like to call the Miami Heretics play. 4 hitting through tunnel, and they run straight into enough. He finds one. However, the nades do not connect on either side. But here they come. Seattle Sloths, they're flooding forward. AT finds 1, slides in, finds the second, does not manage to find the third, and Arctic gets cleaned up by enough. The 2-man team there on Seattle are going to help even things up.
Zenny, I know you said they should do more 4-man hits, but I think these guys should stop doing 4-man hits.
Yeah,
it hasn't worked twice in a row. I mean, maybe you got to split it up, spread the map. It's just a different type of game than we were expecting. I mean, what can we say? It's all right. It happens. 3-3 though now. These teams are definitely evenly matched. You could say that much. Plasma 8-4, Export popping off so far 7-3 for the squad. Boston Burgers gonna have to close out another defense, but we've seen a few teams do it now.
Yeah, and like you said, ever since those, the rounds tied up, it's been the battle of the defenses, and Arctic swinging out just a little too far. Enough's going to be able to pick him up. Early man advantage again to Seattle Sloths. I feel like Seattle have had the first blood for a lot of these rounds here, and it's just a matter of converting on these early man advantages for them. As we look towards the left side of the mini map, Seattle Sloths, and they are going to be pushing up through this tunnel. AT and Enough doing it together. They're trying to get these God Stairs control, and let's see what they'll manage to work towards over towards A.
I gotta open the doors. Not a good look. You know that ray gun's calling that out. They just stunned the door. You see two players coming over there toward A. It's gonna be 6 and player 8. Ray gun though, he gets naded. This is not a good start. He's gonna get chased down. 4v2 situation. T-Ben's against the world. He is able to find one, but now in a 1v3, getting cut down. Seattle Sloths, they make an offense happen. 4-3 now. The first big time offensive round we've seen in a minute, and I mean now the Seattle Sloths are in range of, sending it to that 5-3 territory, that match point on the defensive end. Big round for them, and I like the way they played that one.
Yeah, dangerous round. It is 5-3. We've talked about the curse many a time, but Enough. He's on a force spree, looking to, get a couple more, find that cruise, and, get some serious information off that streak. It's not really about the kills from the cruise, it's about that information. Here come Boston. They slide forward toward Deuce. They're going to be able to find him. Enough. Export going to have to back off there. And another 4-hit push around it. B is completely open. They managed to hit through here, and it looks like that's going to be the play call. Ray gun charging forward with bomb in hand. I think he wants to plant this one on B.
Player 3 trying to make that rotation happen, but Plasma picks up one mid-map. That could kind of create some weird timings here. Not sure Enough can see Raygon here. He doesn't. That bomb's going to go down. And now in a 4v2 situation, this is almost an unwinnable round for the Seattle Sloths. But as I say that, Export picks up one. Arctic maybe overextending a little bit. Play your life there, buddy. 34 seconds left to go. And Seattle Sloths, they're nowhere close to the bomb.
Yeah, at this point, it's just keeping the time down, but Arctic wins his one. It's a 1 versus 3. Somebody check the bomb. They both do. Plasma cleans it up, shuts down the streak. And Burgers with a nice round win. They flood P3, find the early blood, and they push through. And they make Seattle's earlier play work.
They absolutely do. I mean, Plasma, he's posted up in the back apps area. Seattle, nobody of the sorts to kind of shut down that back alley push. I mean, realistically, Seattle Sloths kind of leave that back alley wide open. Boston Burgers just kind of get lucky there, given the fact that there's nobody over there, and they take full advantage of it. So now Seattle Sloths in kind of a rough situation. Still 4-4 here, tie game. But you see, as we get to this later stages of the search and destroy, things start to slow down a little bit. AT still trying to make a play, but he gets shut down from behind. Raygun with the first blood. And now Seattle Sloths, no map control, and in a 4v3 situation.
I think overall my biggest problem with Seattle's S&D play so far has been solo plays like that. Just sending AT up top plat with no sense of anyone able to catch his trade or cover him if Raygun goes for a crazy route like that, and it's just leading to a lot of their positions being like this, where they're kind of stuck. They have to be forced into making a play. And look at Arctic; he has learned his lesson. He stopped challenging this tunnel, and he started holding it from a completely different angle. Has info on at least 2 of the players, and with that stun coming through, surely the other players, we don't see anybody. They must all be over towards P4.
Arctic playing this exceptionally well. 27 seconds left to go. You see the Seattle Sloths, they seem to be trapped here, but with that kill from Enough, Raygun kind of getting cut off there in a tough spot. 3v3 scenario. Arctic still on the flank. He doesn't see the player with the bomb, and he doesn't get the cross. So now you're going to have to shut down this plant on A. The only player kind of in position to do it is going to be Plasma. That's the man you want. That bomb is going to go down. Can Plasma get the kill? He does. One more player left to go. That's going to be enough. 1v3 situation. Plasma's ready for him. He's going to get one, but the trade is there so quickly. The Boston Burgers, they collapse on that A plant. They take that defensive round, and they're at match point here, Zenny.
Dude, Plasma has been insane so far this series, nearing double positive in map number 1 is double positive here in our map number 2, making big time plays in Arctic here right along with them. He's doing some good things on the map, and the biggest thing I'm most impressed by is Arctic's little adjustment there. It's small but noticeable. He used to be just swinging over on that tunnel side of the map on defense. That time he plays, he holds it, sets his team up for success, and now it's on the Burgers here on offense.
Most definitely is. Can they take the game 2? Or is Seattle going to try to make it happen, make that 2-round comeback to go up 2-0 in the series? We will see. The defense is where you want to start it. That mantle is a little bit dangerous. AT on the pinch as well. He's going to cut down one. There's more Boston Burgers to choose from there. Export taking some shots over top. They're all here, but Seattle Sloths are going to have to back up. Zeus trying to pick up any crumbs, but the kill comes in for Ray Gun. 3v2 situation. I mean, there is so much going on here. Zenny, it leaves Ray Gun, and this is what I was talking about before. He finds the gap. He gets the bomb down, but hey, a 1v3 situation. This is not optimal, and he gets cut down. Round 11, Zenny.
I mean, that round was, like you said, so much happening on the map at one time. Fights going down over towards top plat. Raygun finds an insane route through, I think it was bottom, right? And just manages to sneak through, finds a kill at the bottom of the stairs, and plants the bomb, and leads Seattle Sloths in a 1v3. They managed to clean up, and round 11 here in game 2, and this is one, if you're Boston Burgers, obviously you would like to pull out. Give yourself a chance to for sure make it to the sub base, where, I mean, as of right now, Plasma seems like the best AR player in the lobby.
I mean, hey, 12-7, the numbers speak for themselves. Tough situation, though. You're on that offensive end, so you're going to have to win one of these bad boys, and it's not so easy to do so. You see Seattle Sloths, they got AT posted up in this corner. Raygun, not going to be able to make that sneak this time around, but you see, everybody's doing the round 11 strat. You're standing still, and you're holding the pre-aim, but AT could find one, and he does. That's going to be the bomb carrier, Raygun. Plasma isn't able to get the trade, and he doesn't get the info that he crosses toward that staircase area. AT playing the best that he can right now. Spotted, but can't find the kill. 4v3 now.
Oh, he's going chasing. He's going hunting. He manages to slip the net before he gets taken down, and that closes the door. He busts out, runs in the sidelines of 3 of the players, and Export's going to be able to take down Plasma. And now it's a 2v4 for the Boston Burgers. Can they find something to do? The shots right in through the door, through the side. Arctic left in the 1v4. Finds the first one. AT takes the challenge, and this is why this guy runs the submachine gun. Finds 2 on the round, makes the big time plays, and helps clean up Seattle Sloths to a nice 2-0 lead here in Series 1.
AT showing up in round 11 with that SMG in hand. 11 and
of our first series of the night, Boston Burgers versus Seattle Slurge, 2-0 teams in our Silver East division. Can you give us a quick recap of what we've seen so far in this matchup, Jake?
Well, Seattle Sloths, they run away with the game 1, 250-155 on this map. Exactly. Map 2, not the same showing. 6-5 in the favor of Seattle Sloths. Boston Burgers at match point there for a moment, but unable to close this one out now. Control Karachi. Seattle Sloths back where they're comfortable. Let's see if they can close it out here in 3, or if Boston Burgers win the swing game and send it to its sub base that we were talking about before.
Yeah, and honestly, there was quite some time between the start of the round and the first blood coming through. Teams kind of just feeling each other out there for a second. Just managing to find the trade there. A couple of kills go the way of Seattle Surge, or Seattle Sloths, rather. I mean, sometimes they look like the Seattle Surge with the way they are shooting right now. The kills continue to go back and forth. Yeah, continue to go back and forth. Kills are even at the moment, and here comes Boston. They managed to find 3, hop onto the point, and this A zone will continue to go quickly as long as they stay on top of it.
Big set of kills right there for the Boston Burgers to open up that A point. You still got 2 players on there, and 1 more. That's going to be T-Benz, not so far away. So you get 2 ticks here. Can you find that third one? Stay down, Ray Gun, but he's not going to be able to find AT. AT finds him, but still only 1 player around. Zeus pushing through this left side of the map. Seattle Sloths off spawn. They're going to have to break this hill one last time if they don't want that to get capped.
I think the better move here, and maybe just try to give it up. Don't throw away any more lives, but enough says enough. He jumps into the hill, finds 3. Can he find the 4th? No need. He's off respawn. 15 seconds on the clock. Trophy is down, and here he goes. He's playing these cuts. T-Bends on the flank. However, enough. Arctic takes him down. Export on the reach out, staring at those guns of 3 Boston Burgers players. Raygun is going to be the one to kill him, and now he's slipped in the net. Top balcony AT, though, behind both of them. Finds the first, slides forward. Not going to be able to find the second one. Looks in the wrong corner. However, the Seattle Sloths off respawn in time for the support on the B zone. 14-15 in lives.
Plasma, can he turn up when it matters most? He finds one, he finds a second, per usual. He does. 6 and 4 now for the kid. 48 seconds left to go. Boston Burgers finding the kills, but can they find the cap? Plasma finds another one. The rest of the Burgers are flying through the bus side area to make their way toward this point. Not the easiest point to hold down on, but they make their way onto it. Plasma with the back alley. That's all that matters for the time being.
Yeah, and AT finds the team kill, gets saved, and everything going the way of the Boston Burgers at the moment. 5 life advantage for them. First tick on B is complete. Just need to get on that point and stack it, hold the back alley push. But here come the Sloths. They have one more attempt to break this. AT finding the opening, blood onto the hill. Export finds the second with the wall bang. They shoot through the wall. They flood into the hill, make it the third. Gone and dusted. Plasma. I mean, if there's one guy you want left standing, it is this guy right here. However, just going to wait for the Burgers to reassemble. 30 seconds on the clock. They still have one more hit at this.
Back alley is being utilized right now. It doesn't look like the Seattle Sloths are prepared for it. Raygun with the opening. One more player on that B point. Player 6 is around 2. He gets cut. It's all left up to AT here in this serious situation. He's going to play his life in the corner. Finds one. Can he find the second? Only 12 seconds left to kill. Seattle Sloths, 4 lives to go. He's just going to play his life. Export finds another. That clock stopped for the moment, but it's Raygun against the world. As AT's going to contest for just a moment. He finds one. How many more can he find? Only 2 Seattle players around. One more to go. 6 seconds. It's going to be enough for against T-Benz for the round win, essentially. T-Benz going to play his life, waiting for the rest of his teammates to come on in, and that's going to be too many Burgers to shut down. T-Benz doing his job perfectly, and the Boston Burgers win that round 1 offense.
Yeah, the Burgers cooked it up in the diner. A great play, by the way, from T-Benz. I'm not sure if actually any of his teammates get there in time. If he dies right off the rip there, too enough, and he just plays his life. So great play out of him to just stay alive, keep the time frozen, and let his teammates get there. And honestly, a stellar round all around from Burgers once they got out of the initial push from Seattle. And now they're going to be on the defensive side, and hopefully will not allow the same cracks in the armor as the Sloths did in round number 1.
We will have to see now, will we? Zenny, Seattle Sloths going for the B point off the break here. The more difficult point to get, so, you know, you get the more difficult part done, and then you go for A. But it's you're up against Plasma, which is not the easiest task from what we've seen. AT gets the job done. Arctic, though, coming in from the flank. Seattle Sloths still lingering around, but the Boston Burgers very much so aware.
Yeah, Zeus, Export, find one of their own. Enough there to help, and that's going to be 2 players on this B zone. Players stuck in the back alley right now, but Plasma, Arctic, they are putting this early pressure on. Thick Raygun slides forward, gets taken down. Enough and Export doing their thing. AT there for the help as well, and this B zone is surely going to get stacked, but Plasma doing everything he can to shut it down. But AT, once again, the sub-menace on Karachi doing his thing, finds 2 of his own. The cuts are being held, and I have to say, I think I'm confident B is going to get done here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough hill to break. You see Raygun, he's not too amped up on trying to make his way over that head, but as he does, he has one more near him. It's going to be AT. And AT, it seems like he's going to finish up that capture unless Arctic has something to say about it, which he doesn't. And now, you got to clear Zeus out of this top red area because he's kind of an issue here. He can make his way toward that A point. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to hop on that point, but T-Benz on the 3rd story area, able to pick up one. The Seattle Sloths are all over the place. Raygun finds the 3rd, and now enough in his base. Just going to reset everything. Enough finds one, but the rest of the Seattle Sloths off spawn. But hey, they're moving quick. Look at AT already at the diner area.
Yeah, they are moving quick. And look at this map spread from both of these teams. Boston is everywhere all at once. Seattle just forces their constant respawn, and they are spawning deep. But AT did manage to slip the net, as you said. finds the first kill. 4 versus 3 now. The second kill goes to Export as he manages to stay on the hill. However, Arctic and Raygun from the back line, from the pinch. Raygun manages to find 2. Chow's out for the third. Is going to get taken down by AT, but here comes Arctic on the pinch. Finds the third for their side, but look at Seattle. They are spotting over towards Chicken straight into the line of sight of Boston. As Boston, they continue to fly forward, and they're getting all the kills at the right moment.
Yeah, Boston playing this well, no doubt about it. They are down 2 lives currently, and we're at a point where this could definitely come down to life count. A minute left to go. Plasma still playing at this area, trying to cut off these spawners. Boston Burgers getting the kills. We are even now. Now Boston Burgers in the lead for just a moment. Arctic on a 5, playing for that cruise missile. 1 off. The lives, they are going all over the place. These lives are being thrown. 45 seconds left to go. Who's going to win this round of TDMs? We'll see.
Yeah, I like Seattle's play right here. Take a route.
Oh.
Export gets a crazy kill up top. Third, Zeus finds the second. That might be the opening that they need. AT is hunting for the third, and he is going to find it, but here is Raygun. He is having a good map so far, playing this cruddy spot, waiting for his time to pounce, and he feels it is now. He's going to chow out, looking for the first. Zeus gets taken down, and at least get backed off. But the ticks, they continue to come too fast. 2 players on top of the kills. They go the way of Boston to the start, but enough just lays down in the hills. Zeus is there for backup, and Seattle managed to pull the zones off, and then we'll take that round at number 2.
I mean, the Boston, they had the resources to contest. They just don't hit the go button fast enough. That's kind of what we were talking about in that HP Zenny. But here we are in the control, and it kind of bites them here as well. They don't play quick enough. They're not able to contest. They could have won that round, but hey, back-to-back offenses is not something I expected to see. As you said, though, Zenny, this map / mode is kind of 50-50 on who's winning. This Plasma doing what he normally does, 19 and 14, but Raygun, the surprise guest here in the Boston Burgers camp, 16 and 11 right now with 7 OBJ kills on the other side. We got AT 18 and 14. Let's see which one of those players kind of picks it up here in the round 3, because, you know, someone's going to have to win a defense, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. Someone's most certainly going to have to win a defense. AT is looking to do it here, but only manages to find 1 as Raygun on the 5 spree. Needs 1 more for a cruise missile, and wouldn't that be nice to have? But Plasma, he is looking to play these cuts nice and early enough. Going to be able to find 1 more kill before getting traded out, and now all of Seattle, they are off spawn. They're pushing over towards the red side, just trying to play these cuts for the P5 zone, but Arctic manages to find a crazy kill onto AT there, and I think Seattle have kind of sentenced himself to a silent relegation of this A zone.
Yeah, and I kind of like that play. I mean, you know, you allow them to kind of get this A point. You send 1 over there, which is okay. You send more, maybe we were wrong, Zenny. They're trying to fight for it, and they most certainly are. A, still very close to being capped, but you got enough in the base now. Gonna play a rat roll right now, and this is gonna be tough. And unless Arctic... Oh, no, that was close, Zenny. You know it was close, too.
Yeah,
Me and you both know. 55 seconds left to go. It was dangerous, but
it was dangerous for sure. We were both sitting there waiting, but I mean, Zeus, this guy, there was no waiting about it. He hopped right on, he finds 2, and Boston sent right back to their spawn.
Boston in the spawn, 40 seconds left to go, and I mean, time is money, Zenny. That's what they say, and you got to move. If you are the Boston Burgers, they're working around that bridge side of the map. They are able to find 1, but the trades back and forth. Export plays his life so well. Zeus, though, cut down on the point. You're going to send Raygun and Arctic on here to try to get this capture in. I mean, you need that 1 minute left on the clock. There's no doubt about it. Enough. Going to try to make the bold play. He is going to contest for just a moment, but Arctic still on the point. The trades back and forth. Player 7 got 2 more in front of him, and Raygun's going to win that battle. Back on the point they go, and now it's a fight for the hill. It's a back and forth. I mean, this game mode is mixy, Zenny. I haven't seen it much in MWIII, but good grief, it's back and forth.
Oh no, this P1 hill, this A zone gets mixy indeed. The kills continue to fly back and forth. No team has control of the other one spawn, but here comes Seattle. They are looking to put themselves in the lead with this defensive round when Export, finding 2, lays down the hill, not giving up his life. Zeus there for the cover, and here it is, AT in the spawn. Arctic trying to be the hero, trying to do what he can, slides onto the point. Export challenges over top, gets the mantle kill. AT with the spawn cuts, and Seattle, they do it after a very, very mixy defense of the A zone. They will take the lead 2-1.
I mean, back and forth, back and forth. That was the fight of that game. It was contest and then capturing and then defending and then 2 people on the point, nobody on the point. I mean, it was quite the sight to see. It was hard to keep up on it sometimes, but I mean, both of those teams just moving so quick, fighting for that point. Nobody wanting to give an inch of ground. So commendable showing out of both of those teams, no doubt about it. Nobody kind of frying either. You look at the scoreboard, and you know, AT's 24-20, pretty good. 24-21 for Plasma, pretty good. But otherwise, everybody kind of doing their thing. The Salang very much so equal. But now on this offensive end, can Seattle Sloths close out the series here, or is Boston Burgers going to send it to another final round of a game mode? But the first 2 kills for Boston, love to see it.
Enough does manage to find an angle, but early map control is going the way of Boston. Seattle Sloths looking to take some routes here with the reach out. Just going to have to play his life. And these rounds can slow down until AT, somebody, in this case it was AT, manages to find the opening kills. 3 go down from Boston. They're all off spawn. And I think right now the play for Seattle is they just want to keep one person on this, keep the time stalled, and just start farming kills. Unfortunately for them, Boston shuts down that plan pretty early. Zeus, with a weird case of camera angles, only manages to find one there. Is going to get taken down by Plasma. They have taken those players off of the A zone, and we are kind of at what would have happened at the beginning of the round.
T-Benz, kind of a dangerous situation here for the Seattle Sloths. They're not necessarily aware of his placement, but enough has slipped the defense. Found the crack in the armor for just a moment. Oh, the shot's coming in. Enough. Cuts him down. I mean, a lot of time left to go. I'm lying. There's only 30 seconds, but you got one player on the B point, and that's going to shake things up a little bit. I like that out of export. Kind of, like I said, shake things up, make people change their areas of the map, but somebody's got to get on the A point. The time is running out, and you don't have time. Enough is in P3, P4, P3 here, but there's nobody on A. There's not enough time, Zenny.
Yeah, with 15 seconds left, we are getting dangerously close. The pressure now has to be on the point, and Zeus is looking to make it happen. Flying towards back alley, finds 2. Export finds an insane kill on the 3rd, and that's going to clean up all the kills. They are going to just be able to stack this point. A word to Gems, all the players have to flood through back alley just to make sure that no progress goes through, but the kills continue to fly the way of Seattle, make it a minute 13 on the clock, and the kills continue to go the way of the Sloths. 18-10 now, and I mean, at this point, you could just sit down and farm them all you want. They're spawning over towards the A zone. T-Benz looking to make the huge wrap play. Export finds one Arctic with the trade, and at this point, it's all about that A zone. AT hopping on. T-Benz with the wrap. He might be able to stall the push for some time. Jumps up, is going to be able to find that kill, and this is the wipe that Burgers needed. This is still winnable for them, but they have to keep Sloths held deep in their spawn.
Yeah, Burgers made sure they weren't getting spawn trapped for too long. A couple of those kills came through, but they made their way around that bridge side of the map, and they found their way out. The kills going their way. 37 seconds left to go. The life's still not in their favor, but it's a lot better than it was about 15 seconds ago. You just cannot give up a wave of kills, and 2 kills is the start of a wave. There's no doubt about that. The info is there. Ray gun, though, in such a ratty spot. He doesn't find that kill, though. Enough trying to find him, but the kill is there. 23 seconds left. You get somebody on that A point, and now Boston, they're forced to cut them down. AT, though, with a nice double headshot there in the kill feed. Can player 4 make it through? AT's there yet again. Stack that point. Word to Jims one more time. Can they make it? I don't think they can. Ray gun too far away, and the Seattle Sloths win the series in 3-0 fashion, Zenny. I mean, what a showing.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're in the Silver East Premade division, you're looking at these teams. You definitely need to keep Seattle Sloths on your radar, because not only do they look